Welcome back to another episode of Lock Stars. My name is Justin,
I'm Jordan.
and let's get to it.
Can you feel the power?
All right, and we're back. What's up, man?
What's up?
How's it going?
Chilling.
Chilling. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
What? Why you say it like that? Like you don't celebrate Christmas or something?
It's a weird thing to say to me.
How is what?
It's a weird thing to say to me.
It's a weird thing to say. Merry Christmas.
No, not to say to me. For you to say to me.
Why is that weird? Do you not like Christmas or something?
I never said that. It's just a weird thing for
I
you
mean,
to
you're
say.
not. You're not Muslim or Jewish. Definitely not. I mean, definitely not Jewish. Obviously, I mean, it's not a whole lot of black Jewish people. So most black people believe in Jesus. So just saying. Anyway, but yeah, it's Christmas time. Yeah, this is gonna be. Oh, we might try to record during the break, depending on. Depending on time constraints, you know, hanging out with the family and such, so it could be a bit difficult. But I mean, we'll definitely be back for the new year to celebrate a new year for everyone, and for us, for family, for Yu-Gi-Oh. It's gonna be very exciting. Anyway, you got something for the people today?
Nothing special. It's just been a pretty good year for Yu-Gi-Oh. Despite
Whoa,
the meta.
whoa! Is that some positivity about Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I mean, I'm just saying, every time you get on the pod and just complain about Yu-Gi-Oh.
Because you got problems.
Anyway, but go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to go over everything that went down this year for Yu-Gi-Oh. It's a pretty interesting year, especially compared to other years. It's like this is like, how do I say, at least my first full year back to Yu-Gi-Oh. I think I left I stopped playing in 2017 or 18. Whenever Dinkabui got first place with Prank Kids, that's when I stopped playing. But this is my first full year back, and it's a pretty interesting year. It's a pretty unique year compared to everything else. Yeah.
So I mean, overall, would you say good year or bad year?
No, it's overall it's a good year. Overall for Yu-Gi-Oh! Like Yu-Gi-Oh! As a IP, it's a good year.
As an IP.
Yeah.
What about the game itself?
Well,
Gameplay.
Well, the meta's been crap.
Oh, okay.
So it's been like the year of fire.
Year of Fire.
Yeah.
What was this year in terms of the Chinese calendar? Wasn't it the year of the? Was it the tiger or the dragon or something? I think it was the tiger.
I don't know, for the Chinese calendar.
Yeah.
It is the year of.
I think it's the tiger.
Well, the tiger was 2022, so 2024, year of the dragon.
Ah, see, it was one of those two. Anyway, all right. Well, I mean, let's get into it. I mean, what's some of the good things?
I mean, well, at least so we'll start off with January. January, we started off with a ban list. That was literally on January 1st. We got basically got rid of the Ashizu cards. I don't know if you know what those are. Ashizu, right?
Yeah, no,
So-
Shizu. Yeah, I heard a lot about that. Those people were very upset about that archetype, I guess.
Yeah, because it was like an enabler for the tier limits. Is what brought them to tier 0. So those cards got what they got. Yeah, they got banned, and it was basically just get rid of the lingering power. It's like Telements already got hit on the previous list, so now they're hitting more cards because they were still like a decent, viable deck. Even after that, people still tried to make tier work because that's just how powerful a deck it was. But
Right. They could work as like a rogue deck. We do like enablers.
and then,
Because we like drugs.
okay. Anyway, some people thought the deck was like, or at least the format was like, I guess one of the better formats because it took, even though it was tier 0, it took a lot of skill. But I don't care what anybody says. Like a tier 0 format is not good, even if it is. I guess like because people say,
Would you call Zoo tier 0?
yeah, Zoo is tier 0.
So like I think me personally I don't mind one format. I don't mind like one deck formats. I think at least as can occasionally, right? I think it's always really interesting. And I do think at that point it's kind of it's equalized. I mean, there's a couple ways to equalize a game, but like tier 0, I think since it's equalized, then at that point it's skill.
I mean, but I don't know. I wouldn't agree. It's a good thing for like any format. I mean, it could be interesting maybe once in a while, but like according to others, we've had like tier 0 formats for the past like 3, 4, 5 years. At least since COVID, I guess. And tier is just one of those where it's just stupid tier 0 formats. I'm glad I wasn't a part of it. I was like a part of it for like the tail end, but I didn't get to experience it. And then also on that list was like the limiting of like some floodgates, which we are always for. Like what was it? Goes in match and rivalry, which is great because floodgates are stupid. All we need to do is get rid of D barrier, and we'd be good. And then you're making a face.
I'm not making any.
You made a face when I said
I'm not making any.
You're
face.
about to say something very stupid.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I was gonna.
Okay,
This is like the 3rd or 4th episode. You talk trash about my favorite trap card. When do I ever talk trash? Like I occasionally talk trash about like your favorite cards. Right? You just do it every.
I didn't know it was one of your favorite cards.
I've been told you it was one of my. We talk about it like all the time.
I mean, you glaze
about?
it, but I didn't know it was one of your favorites.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite trap cards. I love that card. Just like Soul Charge is one of my favorite spells. It's probably my favorite spell card, Soul Charge.
If we can get rid of D-Bear, I would welcome Soul Charge back.
I'd make that deal. Damn good deal. You make that. You ever seen that scene?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you never seen like those like a meme like it's. I forgot the dude's name, but he talks about one of his deputies. He's like, "Hey, would you make that deal?" The deputy's like, "I'd make that deal." It's like it's one of those dudes from The Office. Is like I forgot. I don't know if you ever seen The Office, but
I don't watch The Office. I don't watch bad shows.
did you just say The Office is a bad show?
Yep, I don't watch.
Are you trying to make the internet angry?
I don't watch bad
I'm gonna
shows.
clip this, and if it goes viral, I'll be in the comments roasting you too. Anyway, but yeah, the deputy's like, I'd make that deal, and then the sergeant's like, damn good deal. Right? It's a movie. It's a movie about like killing Nazis. It's pretty.
Oh,
Yeah, America likes to make a lot of movies around that.
I'd imagine yes.
We do. You talking about quote unquote glazing? Stupid term.
It's not
Like
so-
we do glaze like how we like dominate world wars, right? And then we make movies about how great we are about dominating world wars.
Yeah.
Right.
If I won a bunch of times, then yeah, I brag about it too.
Like how many? But like when you think about it, how many movies are around the like Vietnam War?
I don't know.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I see movies all the time around like World War II, Nazi movies. Now America's like amazing for it, which is great. We should like we gotta let the world know we're all that in a barrel of oil.
Would you make a video about how you lost something?
Well, not. I guess
Okay,
not.
no,
I
all
guess
right
not.
You would make a video how you won,
I guess not. But
and then you would pump out other videos saying how you won, right?
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, you got a point. You know what? I would. I'm not gonna get into war movies I'd like to see, but it would be interesting to see some of these other wars. But
Save
anyway,
it for the haters. They're the ones that that we lost. Save it for the haters. Anyway, and the really the we also got the release of Bonfire, which is how do I say, like a taste of what what's to come for for the rest of the year.
did Fire Kings ever pop off? Really?
Yeah, they did. Not not for that long, but they did.
But I mean, what's not that long? Like 3 months? Like
No, like maybe like half a month.
oh, that's not popping off. It's not really.
I mean,
You're not really a thing at that point.
I would say, if you're a good deck, you just didn't have the time, you just didn't have the spotlight. Like the DDDs. Mm-hmm. The DDDs were a thing. They were a great deck. They were the best deck of that format. And then we got Zodiac. Like 2 or 3 weeks later. So it sucks for DDD, but
I don't think I've ever played D&D in real life.
I did.
I've only played it on the internet, and people were really good at it on the internet.
I did. I love DDD. DDD was such a fun deck, but nowadays it's just like, it was a big combo deck back then, but now the combos are just absurd. Like there's literally spreadsheets, and every time a new DDD card comes out, there's spreadsheet updates.
When did this spreadsheet thing become a thing? I see this a lot nowadays.
I don't know. But it's been a thing. I don't know how long it's been a thing, but like at least in recent years, I would say the past 2 or 3 years,
it's kind of
it's been real prominent.
It's been kind of crazy how people have analyzed how people have been analyzing the game lately. Right, like back when we played on the regular back in or at least when I played on the regular, this wasn't a thing. People weren't making spreadsheets.
Yeah, because there wasn't really
there was combo videos, but there wasn't I don't know. I guess I can call it hyper analyzation of decks and combos in the game.
Yeah, because there wasn't really as big. There wasn't really big combos you would do. Probably there was there was things there was Zodiac, there was Spiral, but there wasn't really a bunch nowadays a bunch of decks can do have a big combo line. Mm-hmm. So now now we have a bunch of spreadsheets, which can help, but it's not necessarily you shouldn't rely on a spreadsheet, because spreadsheet just teaches you the initial combo, and it can teach you how to play around certain things, but it can't necessarily teach you how to react. So you have to you still have to.
No, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like any thing you're learning, you need in field lessons.
Yeah, personally, I think some people. Some people are I think some people just take advantage of a spreadsheet, selling a spreadsheet and everything.
They sell spreadsheets?
Yeah, people sell spreadsheets. Pack sells spreadsheets.
How much?
Pack, Jib. You don't know Jib, but he's this big dueling book guy.
How much is it usually?
It could be 20 to $30, something like that.
Oh wow.
And
they must provide some good returns, I guess.
No, yeah. Me personally, I think it is pretty cheap. $20 ain't that much, but I think.
Yeah, it's how much you pay for a tournament.
But I think
25, I guess now.
And you are paying for someone's time, but I don't know. I think. Oh, it depends on the spreadsheet. It depends on the spreadsheet. Lucas Sacco, he released a pretty quality spreadsheet a couple weeks back. Had a lot of combos and variants between those combos.
Sure.
But moving on to February. Nothing really popped off in February. We did get our first core set of the year in Phantom Nightmare though, so That was a prequel to the impending doom of Yubel. Yubel's great. So bad for the game, but it's great. But more importantly, we got Poplar and Promethean Princess. Now, I don't know if you knew this. The Link month, so Link 3, Link 3 Fire, and especially revives a fire from the deck, and it can revive itself when your opponent special summons and destroy that spell summon monster and a fire monster you control, right? Mm-hmm. So, but it actually started out in Master Duel. Promethean Princess came out in Master Duel first, and then we got into TCG. I don't know how much longer, maybe like 4 months. I don't know, something like that.
Is that the only card that's done that or something?
To my knowledge, yes.
Oh, that's why it's so interesting.
Yeah, but Poplar with Promethean Princess, along with Bonfire from the Maze of Memories, I think it's called. Like that just brought Snake Eyes and Snake Eyes Fire King like to the top of the meta, which is, oh my god, those decks were ridiculous. Like the layers of interruption and the combo lines, like oh my god, they were so annoying. And the follow up you can provide. Like, those decks were so stupid. Even Pure Snake Eye, stupid deck. I hate that deck. And they're so ridiculously, like, powerful. Like, I think, that was, like, one of the definitions of, how do I say, like, power creep in the game. Like, we had, we released hand traps, the cards to play around those hand traps, and then more hand traps, and then and it just kept getting more powerful. And Snake Eyes was just the epitome of that. It can play past multiple hand traps. It can even play past Nib. Like you would be like rewarded for even playing badly with that deck. So, but it is what it is. That deck's gone now. We did also honorable mentions. We did get the Goblin Bikers, which I thought was going to be a better deck, but no matter. And the voice cards, which they're all right for the year, but for the most part, the deck sucks. But, more interestingly, we got the Yu-Gi-Oh! Chronicles. You remember that? The video with the animated Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a nice way to give us, like... I think that's what people want. People want their storylines, like, told. We saw the Six Samurai, the Fallen Albaz, the Sky Striker storyline with people really like love. I don't know why. I don't really find it that interesting, but maybe if I watch it, then I'll think it's cool. But I don't know if you heard, they are going to release like an episode every month. I think for the Sky Striker and for the Albaz storyline, starting in April on the OCG channel. So I'm excited for that.
Subbed?
Of course.
Well, I mean, is it just going to be like... Well, like, not opposed... Like, not as opposed to dubbed, but, like, as opposed to, like, no subtitles.
I'm assuming there's going to be, like, some type of subtitles. If not, I'm pretty sure they might just provide some. Somebody's going to provide some. I don't see why they would just release it on YouTube without any subtitles.
I don't see why Konami doesn't have lower rarities for good cards, but we got those.
Jumping into April, we got Legacy of Destruction, which gave us the infamous Tenpai cards, the going second deck. I tried playing Tenpai. Tenpai, it was cool for like a few weeks, but I got bored. But that deck is so boring to play. It's just like I'm just hand trapping you to death, and then just like
then you win.
Like I mean, sure, but it's like so boring, and like, bro, like I don't feel like you can do anything else with that deck. It's just like run 30 hand traps and then your core, and then that's it, and or board breakers.
I wish I was I was playing the game when that deck came out. Well, deck would have been good.
That is terrible, dude.
Fastest way to the end zone is straight. So,
why do you just like degenerate cards?
I don't.
God.
I don't just like them. I love them.
No.
Anyway, move on.
That should not. This is not what going second should be. It should
Winning? It shouldn't be winning.
No, it shouldn't just be like
win?
herder activate field spell that says you can't touch my cards.
Herder. You see?
Yes, it's herder.
Oh my god.
Their field spell literally says
I love that field. That feels pretty cool, actually. You know,
the field spell literally says unaffected by activated effects. So now I just activate the field spell. Normal summon. Oh, you can't imperm. Nope. Ash. Nope. And then they have their big.
I thought this was supposed to be a podcast about positive Yu-Gi-Oh thing.
No, yeah, we're going.
Well,
We're going everything. We're going over everything that happened this year.
No. You said everything good that happened this year.
I said everything
no,
that
no,
happened
no.
this year.
You said good. We're rewind this. I'm gonna show you. You're gonna look stupid.
Anyway, and then their monster just says, "Oh, you can't activate during any cards or effects during the battle phase." Right.
Yeah, because we play in the battle phase. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not what going second should be. They could have made that deck better. But now now the deck's
By making it worse,
yes, by making it worse. What?
your logic is just impeccable.
Yeah, it'll be better for the game.
It's just like Albert Einstein logic right here.
It'll be better. It'll be better for the game if you want to get specific. Anyway, I also had the Melodia support, which had to break into the meta for a cool minute.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we had a Rycius rally that happened in
Raleigh.
April.
Really.
Okay, I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's not Cali. That also happened in April. Shout out Cameron Neal for winning the event. I don't think nothing really special happened there, but yeah, I think he just won it with like the typical Snake Eyes list, stupid deck. Anyway, and then we'll jump to May, which gave us the second Rarity collection. All the despite the some of the cards being unnecessary, all the Rarity collections are pretty great. It gave us shiny versions of old cards, much needed reprints, even if some of them are kind of late. Mm-hmm. The latest one that's coming out next year is going to have Fuaros, which is surprising that the card pretty much just came out and it's already in a reprint. But that's good because that card's like $130. Only six salmon freaking pack can buy those cards consistently. But that's pretty much all that happened. I don't think there's any major events that happened in May, but it was good. And then we had June. June gave us Battles of Legends Terminal Revenge, which was released on our birthday, if you didn't know that. And it brought us Phantom of Yubel, one of the most custom cards, in the game's history. I know you think the word custom is
Just
like stupid.
Move on.
It's a stupid term, but you're stupid. But it could contact fuse like more than once per turn. And then it doesn't negate a monster effect, it replaces the monster effect, which is like one of the most unique interruptions like ever. I think only maybe including this one, maybe 2 or 3 cards do that in the whole game, which is incredible. Mm-hmm. I played that deck. It was absolutely absurd. I think that's another problem that we faced. The epitome of power creep in the game. It put up 9 interruptions, uninterrupted. And then we got the Oceanic WCQ, won by Snake Eyes. And then, I think his name was Fox Chadley is his name. So good for him. And then in July, it's a very impactful month. We had Infinite Forbidden, which is it's probably gonna go down as one of the best sets of all time. It debuted the Fiendsmith cards, including Moon in the Closed Heaven. We didn't even think we were gonna get that card. It had Exodia support, the White Forest cards, and Moltrami Perulia. Then Dominus Purge, Gimmick Puppet support. It had a lot of support and game-defining cards, especially in the Fiendsmith cards. The cards are still being used. And the Fiendsmith cards, they're a nice small engine. I think as the game goes on, I think they're just gonna get better. They're not necessarily. They're not like. Well, I shouldn't say they're not future proof. They're just a good little engine. But I do think as time goes on, it's just gonna get better and better, because they could potentially enable some degenerate stuff, right? Exodia was a cute little rogue deck. I'm glad they got spars. It's pretty fun. Gimmick Power FTK, dumb card design. We should never have a built-in FTK in any type of deck. All right. And then Perulia and Purge, I think they're just a taste of what's to come, because we did get, I guess better versions of. I shouldn't say better versions, just different versions. Perulia was just a poor imitation of Max C. People call it Min C. Min as a minimum.
Yes, and yes.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
That was pretty clear.
I mean, you didn't know what custom meant, but
I mean, min's been a thing since like.
so it's custom.
No, it's not. No, it hasn't. And that's by your own words. Min's been a thing for decades,
So is the word custom.
and it's outside, and it's a thing outside of Yu-Gi-Oh.
So is the word custom.
Yeah, the word itself, but not the connotation. Not the the connotation you're invoking.
Sure. Anyway, I don't think no one likes the Molt Charmy cards. Nobody likes Maxi, so I don't know who idea was it. Let's take this band card. Let's take this band card, right? Let's make 3 more.
Yeah, make
Great.
Make it an archetype.
No, it's stupid. They should even if they were to do it, they should have separated it more. That
You know what they should have done to really fuck with people?
what?
They should have just made it part of the C archetype.
Make it part of the C archetype.
Yeah, just make 3 more C's. That'd be hilarious.
I mean,
They should have called it
Maybe-
Min C too. That would have been broken.
God, that would have been terrible. Terrible slap in the face to the players. And then Dominus Purge. Dominus Purge isn't necessarily a problem because you can only use it in certain decks. It just, but once a deck comes out that can't use it, it's gonna turn into a problem. But it's not necessarily bad card design.
What's the latest meme card they've made?
The latest meme card.
Yeah, the meme cards, do a barrel roll, like that one.
I mean,
I'm sure that there's others that I can't think of right now, but that's just one example.
I can't really think of any cards we just have and make fun of. The latest one I could think of is the equation trap cards. I don't it's hard to explain what those.
Like with that woman with the confusion.
No, it's like they're like trap cards. They basically. It's hard to explain what they do, but it's almost like an actual math problem that you have to do, because they're equation cards. Mm-hmm. They basically just get rid of. They're almost like board wipes. At least one of them are. One of them is like a board wipe. It just depends. It's complicated to explain. You have to read the card.
I should make one called Demure. With
No,
the girl on it.
no, it'd be terrible.
That would
I would
be
rip those
hilarious.
cards. I would rip those cards. I would find every copy of that card and burn it
Why?
because it's terrible.
It's a meme. It's funny.
Anyway, this month in July, we did receive an update from Konami about the ban list, saying it was going to be released at late August. Because I guess they, by their words, they wanted to see what Infinite Forbidden had on, the game and see what people could come up with and their creativity.
Yeah, they just tell you. See, they just tell you what they're doing now. They're like, yeah, we want to make money, so yeah, we're gonna see what this does.
Right.
Yeah,
It's like, bro, it's like it was such a stupid thing to say because it's like everyone knew what was gonna happen. Snake Eyes was still gonna be the best deck. You just made it better by releasing the Fiendsmith cards and not banning any of the cards, which is absurd. So they might as well have said nothing. Some people say thanks for communicating with us, but it's like no.
I wish they had a TikTok. Right?
I should run their TikTok. I would be great.
What's that dude's? What's the main announcer's name?
Um,
Or yeah, commentator, announcer, whatever you want to call him.
dang. I want to say Jared. It's not Jared though. I forgot his name.
Like he should just be like on the TikToks all the time. That'd be pretty funny. Get ready with me to go commentate a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament, and then he just puts on one of his fancy new suits. Right.
I'd be that. Yeah, that'd be funny.
One of them should wear. Best idea ever. Best idea ever. One of them should wear like a Millennium Puzzle tie. Like someone should get that custom made, and one of them should wear it to a tournament.
I want to say one of them did. I'm probably wrong though. I don't know his name. It's like this. One of the commentators, he has like long jet black hair, and he's like really skinny. He wears fire suits. He wears every suit he shows up with is like heat.
The one with the jawline, not him.
I guess you could say that. I mean,
Like-
no, not him. He speaks like American English. So he's like, you'll know when he's like,
That'd be kind of cool, like a line of Yu-Gi-Oh ties. Like it wouldn't be as complicated as like a bunch of Millennium puzzles, but it'd be like, like a blue eyes design thing.
Yu-Gi-Oh players have no fashion sense. So
Yeah, well, I mean, we have other parts of our life. I mean, we're not gonna. I don't think Yu-Gi-Oh players are gonna wear the best things to Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments, but outside of that, I'm sure they have some type of style. I'm sure some of them work in offices.
they have too much faith in Yu-Gi-Oh players.
I guess so. I used to work in an office. I'm probably gonna anyway. Go ahead.
But everyone knew, and it showed at the NAWCQ. It took 30 spots in the top 64. It was the first and second place deck. Yubel took third, or at least the third best deck. No. Yeah, Yubel was the next best deck, and then it was Tenpai. So it wasn't a mystery. So they might as well just said nothing. People were still fed up, and I think one of the greatest things to come out of this year for Yu-Gi-Oh was the AI vomiting horse.
Oh, the meme.
Yes, that was one of the greatest things. It not only was it a funny meme, it was a point of protest against Konami for delaying the ban list. It was great. I don't know if you saw. Obviously it was the original meme, and then they used like different horses from Yu-Gi-Oh to replace that. The regular horse. They had like Barone, Nightmare. What was it Nightmare Unicorn? What's that dude? I don't know how to pronounce it, but it was one of the. Oh my god! One of the Memento cards. It was the horsefish one. And then even I think it's Cucumber Horse or something. Point is, they use different horses from those memes, which was hilarious. Well, it's one of the greatest things to come out.
Horsefish. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's like
What's that deck? What's that deck? Based off of?
It's based off old monsters,
Like ancient? What do you mean? Like
like
ancient
like
monsters?
old no, just old like vanilla Yu-Gi-Oh monsters.
Oh,
Like you remember that it's called like Gaddock or something. It's the normal monster that looks like Karibo.
yeah.
So he was retrained into one of the new Memento monsters, and that's what all the Memento monsters, or like most of them are. They're just retrained versions of like older vanilla monsters.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
That sounds like something like a Yu-Gi-Oh, like a longtime Yu-Gi-Oh player would think of.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just think they're ugly, so I refuse
okay.
to play them.
Okay, it's weird.
That is not weird. It's not
I
weird.
mean, it's not like Yubel's the best looking deck.
It looks better than Memento.
I guess I'm gonna have to check out this archetype. It reminded me of when you said horsefish. It reminded me of Percy Jackson because horsefish are in the book, in the movie.
Oh,
Because Poseidon created
Yes.
horses.
yes. It's just weird.
It's okay. I can explain
Anyway.
to you why it shouldn't be weird, but go ahead.
We also had, then we had the NAWCQ right here in Austin, which was great. I got off of work and just walked to the convention center because I worked right next to the convention center. It was great. Congrats to, I think it's pronounced Aditya. I'm not going to pronounce your last name. I don't want to butcher it. So congrats to him for winning, for being our Nats champion this year. And then August, I think the biggest highlight of August was Sunseat Jess quitting the game. The infamous, I shouldn't say infamous, the famous plant player, world's competitor, quit Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's when a lot of problems start coming to the surface of Yu-Gi-Oh! That month, a lot of people just gave their opinion on like how it could be better, and how and they were talking about how a lot of other players were leaving for like other games like Larcana. But one of the biggest things was like prize support and power creep. They have gotten a little bit better with prize support. They for top 16, they get like a whole display of certain cards from the latest set. Someone randomly at a regional like won an air fryer, which is like hilarious.
I guess.
But
How much are air fryers?
I don't know. Like,
Cheapest ones can't be that much.
I feel like that wasn't a Konami thing. I feel like that was just like whoever.
Oh, you said this was at a regional, right?
Yeah, it was at a regional.
Oh, yeah, it was probably like the shop. Or
Yeah,
something.
like whoever ran the event, like,
Yeah,
which
maybe-
is fine.
They probably just had an air fryer on deck there, and someone was like, "Yo, what if we gave us this out as prize support?"
Like,
And the top guy that ran it was like down.
right?
Like, what
Like,
else
it's
we're gonna do?
fine. It's just
No one who ran the event, like no one in the store in the card shop wanted it, so they're like, we'll just give it away.
It's just fine. Good prize support, or at least decent prize support is a decent prize support.
That sounds like some regional level prize support though.
It's like, but we should be doing better. We can do better. And then of course the game's design. At least in my opinion, the game seems to be reaching or like moving to a point where it's not overpowered, right? Like with the new Rizal deck and the Malice cards, they don't do anything like broken. You can definitely just beat whatever they can put out, right? The Fiend's cards are kind of a little bit over the top, not really, but again, they don't do anything broken. And I think I've seen deck profiles. I've been looking at a lot of deck profiles. There's a lot of pile decks coming out, which I think is reminiscent of older Yu-Gi-Oh, where we just play a bunch of good cards, right? We play, Rizal and Fiendsmith are the best engines right now. So we just throw, and if you want to play another deck, you just throw in some Fiendsmith, and you make it, like 10 times better. So I like the way the game is moving right now. But as long as we get rid of some of the blowout cards where you just lose to one card, once you get rid of that type of gameplay, we'll be straight. And then September, well, not September, my bad. But other than that, it was a pretty quiet month. I mean, they did have like the Shadow Duelist thing. It was, with Zayn Malik revealed to be the Shadow Duelist from Master Duel, which is it's not terrible, it's not bad, it's just weird. Like,
What is? I don't know what you're talking about. Like, what's the Shadow Duelist?
I just said, it's from Master Duel.
Right, but
It's an event in Master Duel.
oh, it's an event.
Yes, and there's like a guy that they show with like a mask.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that online. He's a WWE wrestler, right?
No, Zayn Malik from One Direction.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
I think you're talking about like the second Shadow Duelist.
Oh, I have no idea. I mean, what was the purpose of him? What was the point?
I think the point is they want to somehow bring Yu-Gi-Oh more into the mainstream. So they're like bringing in people from different spaces to share their love of Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Like I think during the World's live stream, they had 2 NFL stars show up on the World live stream. And they use this like foreign, I'm not sure where he's from. I want to say Sweden. I don't remember. They used like a foreign model to for like promotion, which I think was like I think it's pretty weird. I don't like, especially like with the foreign model. So yeah, they had Zayn along with like Noah Lyles, the Olympic runner. 2 NFL stars show up on the World's live stream, and I think they use this foreign model for some type of promotion for one of the new boxes. Which I don't think it's not a bad thing. It's just weird how they're trying to bring it to the mainstream like that, because there's not necessarily a lot of crossover. Farfa, like I hear Farfa mention like how many One Direction fans are also Yu-Gi-Oh fans, right? I'm sure there's enough like football. There's like plenty of like football fans and Yu-Gi-Oh fans, but I don't think it's really necessary, and it's just a weird thing to do, and they're not necessarily doing it in a wrong. I think they did it in a wrong way when they used a foreign model, but the other ways they're pretty. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. I guess it's not too much to say bad about it. But at the end of August, we had the long-awaited ban list. They decide to wait to the very last minute on August 31st to release it, but okay, it's fine. We got it. But one of the big hits was Fiendsmith's Lacrima. Fun fact, if you didn't know, like that Fiendsmith Lacrima was the quickest release to ban. It holds the record from release to banning. I forgot what previously held the record, but it holds a new record. I think it's like 42 days, I want to say. It lasted. We had Appaloosa, which is great. Another one of those. Well, I should group them all together. Appaloosa, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, Calamity, and Beatrice, right? So those are at least Appaloosa and Calamity were big turn. No, I shouldn't say turn skip. Calamity was literally a turn skip, but Appaloosa, it was practically a turn skip. It was just like a pretty much a free monster that gave you at least 2 or 3 negates, like commonly, right? And then Goddess or Beatrice, it was just like an enabler of like degenerate plays. Even in Yuba, especially, well, I shouldn't say especially, but even in Yuba, I used it to like get access to like floodgates and things like that. We also had Ash and Poplar, which is great. Long overdue, but great. It didn't exactly kill the deck, but it did hurt its consistency. The 2 number 40 monsters, the Gimmick Puppets, which is incredible because we don't need FTKs in the game, especially with built-in FTKs. And then, like other notables like Branded Fusion, I think nobody hurt Branded Fusion. They did not need to hit that card, but I didn't like the deck, but they did need to hit it. Opening the Spirit Gates to hurt Yubel. Prosperity, which is, I didn't think that was like a bad card, but I can see why people just say it needed to be gone. Sangan Summoning, again, Degeneracy, and Skill Drain, which, I rejoiced about because Skill Drain is a stupid card. I don't know why that card was ever at 3. That card needs to stay at 1 or just be banned. I'd be cool with that. But then we get September. September came, the World Championship, the biggest Yu-Gi-Oh event of the year. Shout out to Ruben Penaranda, I think you say it, for taking it with Yubel Fiendsmith and bringing it home for the USA again. We're out here. The USA is just on a come up, and we're gonna win next year too. Watch, we're going for the 3-peat. Like I think we're proving our skills. The US specifically, right? So it's great. But also shout out to Mark Solis, who came in second place. If I'm not mistaken, he was offered to go because the previous the previous year's winner, Paulie. He couldn't go, and then I guess they went down. I think they went down the ladder, and he was just the one who accepted the offer, and he got second place, which is incredible. So shout out to him. I think he deserves more acknowledgement. I think that proves that your tournament performances don't necessarily reflect like your own skill as a player. They can, but when you're on equal ground, then I think because it could just come down to the 5 cards in your hand. I think they call it RNG, but it's as long as you build your deck correctly and you play correctly, you should be fine. Some games you just lose, but I think that just proves don't just think just because you lost a match that that you're just bad or something it's you did wrong. Sometimes you just lose. And then we also had the Master Duel Finals being a rematch from last year, Team Snipe Hunters versus Team 7, which was absolutely incredible. Two very skilled teams with skilled duelists on there. Snipe Hunters took it last year. Team 7 took it this year. Maybe they'll go for a tiebreaker next year. I don't know, but it was exciting to see. The gameplay was incredible to watch. That's some of the best gameplay I've seen all year. And then in October, pretty quiet. We just got Rage of the Abyss, and it brought us the format-defining card in Molten Army Full Walrus. Some people dubbed it Max 3. And then we got Dominance Impulse, the Lacrima, the little Lacrima for the Fiendsmith cards. We got Fire King support and the Azamina cards. And the Azamina cards boosted Snake Eyes even more, which is aggravating. I got tired of Snake Eyes, but surprisingly I didn't play against that deck that much. I think because the deck lost a lot of power. Because it was pretty easy to stop. But it did win Niagara Falls, but surprisingly, the winner wasn't the highlight. He wasn't the star of the show. It was Ryan. Right? He had the spotlight because he got second place with Sky Striker. Now, at least for that format, I don't think Sky Striker was good. It was just, I think it just showed how skilled Ryan was. But Sky Striker, I don't think it's gonna pop back up. Might pop up back here and there, but it's not necessarily a thing. And then Pac also went 10-0 with Centurion. Again, I think it just shows how skillful he was. It is a good deck, and it does play well into the Molt Charmy cards. But I think that just shows how. But the two decks just fell off pretty quickly after that event.
Okay, I'm back.
Congratulations.
What month are we on now?
We're on November. We got the QCR Bonanza, which is basically just Rarity Collection 3. It even says it if you look at the I don't know what they call it, but the set identifier, I guess, it says RA03. But it's cool. It just gave us shiny versions of a lot of our favorite cards from older formats, more recent formats. Some needed, some not, some appreciated. But it was nice to have. And then we got YCS Bologna, which was YCS Bologna was pretty interesting. The most interesting thing was the cast tier of Fiendsmith players. Cause a lot of top players brought that deck. They're all in their little inner circle. But even the winner played a similar deck in Magical Musketeer Fiendsmith, basically the same deck. But the basic idea of the deck was to basically say "f you" to everything else, all the combo decks in the format. With Snake Eyes and Yubel, right? It played like 20 to 23 hand traps, and then it just relied on the power of the Kashtira cards and the recursion of the Fiendsmith cards, the recyclability of the Fiendsmith cards. It was basically like a hand trap deck that just had an offense, like a little offense. It just brought you down because it was a simple deck. It just brought you down to its own level, right?
I like those decks.
Yeah, I played the deck for a little bit. It was a pretty fun deck to play. It's a pretty interesting deck to play. I do like having like hand traps in my hand to stop my opponent. But other than that, it wasn't really like too. It wasn't really too interesting. I think it just fell. I think it's gonna fall off this format. And finally, we're in December. The last event of the year, or at least the last big event of the year, YCS Anaheim, where they released the Rizal and Malice cards that same weekend. And they took the meta by storm. Rizal took 14 spots in the top 32, and Malice took 7. With others being like, just like 2 or 1-ofs, right? It was run by Triff. I don't know how to say. I forgot his full name, but he's been wanting to win all year. So congratulations to him. But the Fiendsmith cards were, present in like a lot of decks, which is, I think that just proves how good, the Fiendsmith cards are. But the best part of the whole event was the ban list reveal. They did this whole like big skit. It was almost like a WWE skit. It was pretty funny. They had one of the other commentators try to because they had the ban list in a suitcase. Mm-hmm. And they had one of the other commentators try to steal it, and it was just like funny to watch. And then it was just, like the big main event. It was very creative. I hope they do things like that in the future for the ban list, and and maybe they reveal other things. Maybe the next TCG exclusive archetype they reveal, in a similar fashion. I don't know. It was just funny. But now that I think just one of the biggest topics of the whole year were like the price of Yu-Gi-Oh, the reprints, the pricing was one of the biggest topics, the power level of cards. But I think going into the next year, I think next year's probably gonna be the biggest year of Yu-Gi-Oh, like for Yu-Gi-Oh yet, right? I think we're gonna have lower. I think we're gonna have better pricing. I think we're gonna have lower prices. And I think even the gameplay is gonna be great. As I said before, we're seeing like these pile decks where they just put like a bunch of like good engines just mixed together, and I like to see that.
I think since you've put a bunch of negativity on the table, I want to see some positive things.
I just said some positive things.
Can I do my commentary, please?
Like,
You're always interrupting me. Anyway, the year has been full of like a lot more opportunity for more players, which is very good. I know a lot of people. I don't know how to say it, but like had a little bit of a problem with that meaning, the decks nowadays can allow anyone to win. But which you can argue is a good or a bad thing, but I think right now it's a good thing with it's a lot more opportunity. I like the discussions we're having as players and how we want the game to be changed and how we want the game to look in the future. I'm excited about it's good that we had those discussions. Even though a lot of these decks are very ridiculous, I also think they're it's good to have a lot of diversity. It's good to have these up and downs in anything really, including Yu-Gi-Oh. You want these kind of outlier time. Sometimes it's going to be as low as the deck's going to be the game's going to be super simple. It's not going to be a whole lot of combos, and sometimes you're going to have the tier 0, and and now these like multitude of decks are in the form where every deck is broken, and we've tried that, right? So we've tried a lot of things, and we've seen what the players like and respond to, and maybe they've seen maybe Konami has seen like tournament attendance and sales, and see how people respond to that. I don't know if they're still doing their 25th anniversary stuff now. It's kind of, I mean, how many years can you have a 25th
Oh no,
anniversary?
I forgot to mention that the next is there's Supreme Darkness, and there's one more core set after that. That core set and the next rarity collection set, those are gonna be the last boxes with quarter centuries.
Oh, gotcha. So they're kind of like 25th century stuff. I don't know how many years you can have a 25th, a 25th anniversary.
Yeah, they've been doing it for 4 years.
Like, oh my god, like bruh.
Yeah, but those two sets are gonna be the last sets, and then it's gonna be gone forever.
Oh, until
Yeah,
the
we should buy
until the 50th anniversary.
Yeah, until the 50th anniversary. Yeah, another
Right.
25 years. We should buy a case of that. Just save a box just for the and then open it in 25 years.
Oh yeah, let's just save the case.
Just save the whole case.
Yeah.
The whole case of quarter centuries.
Yeah, we don't need it. Yeah, we don't need it like that. Then in 15, 25 years, and the 50, we open that.
Yeah, I'm
We'll
down.
look back at this clip saying, anyway. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for what's coming in the next year. I'm excited for the dual terminal. I'm excited for getting back to I guess a fairer, less toxic gameplay.
Right.
And I'm excited in whatever new thing Konami comes out with. Right? Maybe they come out with, I don't know if the current series is still going on, but and how long it's going to go on. But maybe they come out with a new series. Maybe they come out with a new mechanic. That'd be kind of fun.
Then we just be back to square one.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but
There's gonna
or maybe they're
if they could do it right, so then they should release it. If they because with every mechanic, it's just like release like tools they can use, and then make broken ones.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, definitely. I do think I can if they're gonna do it, I can see them doing it in 2025. I don't know what it would look like, but maybe it'll be pretty unique. And I hope they come up with a really good ad for it.
Yeah, I think something's gonna happen. That's why I think next year's gonna be one of the best years yet. Because we're like long overdue for some type of update, right?
Right. No. Yeah.
As we said before, every 4 years, we come on with something, but we're long overdue for something. I mean, they don't have to, but I feel like it is because
Yeah, especially with the 25th anniversary ending.
Exactly, the 25th anniversary ending, the new Chronicles, and all these new sets and all the old support coming out. It's a lot happening next year, so I think that's going to be like the cherry on top. If they do it.
Yeah, definitely.
But I am looking forward to everything next year. I think everyone's going to talk more positively about the game.
Yeah, I hope so. I'd hope so. And maybe a whole new set of champions too. That could be very exciting.
Yeah, we do have a lot of up and coming champions, and we don't. There's not really people from like the old days.
You think maybe? Oh, that'd be a cool topic to discuss. Like kind of the, I guess you could say each era of champions, right? Because there have been big players throughout. Like I mean,
We shouldn't just announce the champions because I don't think like someone like Patrick Hoban. He's people consider him one of the best players of all time, but I don't think he's like if he has one and he has won that many, but he is considered one of the best players of all time. which I do too. I consider him one of the best players.
Yeah, definitely. But you know, it's I guess what's who's been winning a lot, you know, in the most recent time, right? I mean, I guess back when, you know, there's been Billy Brake. He had
Yeah,
there was another guy. I forgot his name.
Jeff Jones.
Jeff Jones.
Jeff Jones still plays. He's just like I see him on a Twitter. I saw him on a Twitter post. It's like, oh, people say like I don't play as much, or they don't see me as much. Like, oh, sorry, I don't go to like every event now. You know, I think he said something like he has a family or something, or and then
People
you
get
know,
older. People get older.
then you know his cat. He misses his cats when he's gone and things like that.
People get older. People have more responsibilities, and a lot of things they want to. And that's fine. But anyway, and then I guess right now it's Jesse Cotton, PAX.
Yeah, Jesse Cotton. I forgot to say congratulations to Team Samurai X1 for winning a YCS this year.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
Huge for him.
People were like, "Oh, now we have to start taking him seriously."
Oh my god.
You know, because like he like every deck provider is like, "Oh, tier 0 broken, number 1 deck, greatest greatest Blue Eyes deck profile of all time."
Oh my god. Yeah, he does.
And now people are like, "Now we have to start listening to him." Like,
I mean, he legit had the best deck
oh my god.
of that tournament, at least.
I mean, yeah, he did. Yeah, so like W him, man.
Well, I think it's gonna be a whole new set of champions, and that'll be very exciting to see who's gonna be the up and coming ones. I'm hoping
Right.
they bring back now. I think this is a little bit more unrealistic, but I do hope they bring back something like the UDS.
Oh
series.
yeah. I hope so too. I like those type of events, the invite events, more high level, more. I know. I like the pricing. You know, if you guys didn't see there, you know, he has one too. He has in a box. Our UDS Invitational that we got, you know, years ago.
Yeah. That was really really cool time. Yeah, I like those kind of things. It's I mean they gave out that was their absolute best pricing.
Right. Yeah. Like that belt. Like
Yeah, if you're gonna have a championship series,
I should ask. I don't know why some of the side deck they have like 2 or 3 belts like just there. I'm like I don't know why they're just there, just like presented like at the judges table or at the main stage, I should say.
Well, they usually they belong to people. That's why they're not like they just don't have them. Those belong to to players.
So, well, yeah, they belong. Okay, sure. What like they're I guess.
Yeah,
Like,
they
I
just
guess
have
they're
one.
presented.
Yeah, they just don't have.
Okay,
them.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, they just have them on display because it looks nice, I guess. And I guess I mean if you're if you have one of those.
No, yeah, I get it. You don't want to get you want it in a safe place. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just did-
yeah,
I
safe
thought- I
place.
thought
You
they
don't
just
want to
had
lug it
them.
around either. You know.
I thought they just had them like just for the
No.
just for the
But
fuck
anyway.
of it.
So yeah, that'd be really cool and because like you know you could you could redeem UDS points, for any extra prizing that they had. for
Yeah, there
those
has to be a
points.
reason they were doing that.
But what I was saying is because you couldn't redeem all of them, right?
Okay.
Right. I think I may have like 2 points.
Okay.
And if the series is completely done, then what's the point of having that on record? So
Well, I don't know.
you know, I'm just saying, right?
We can only hope.
Yeah, we can only hope. Anyway, you got anything else for the people?
Merry Christmas.
And Happy New Year.